How was it having Chad over?
It was awesome. Chad and I hadn't seen each other in, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years.
Is that right?
And he actually, he rolled up in a motorhome. He got out with some cowboy boots on. And I told him he actually looks like he's gotten younger since I've seen him in 10 or 15 years. So it was really good to reconnect and sit down and watch the Bengals play.
No kid. So that's how long it has been since you last actually were in the same room as Chad Ochocinco Johnson. That's how long it's been.
Yeah. Yeah, we were together in Cincinnati. He got traded to New England.
Right.
I didn't play against him when he was in New England or Miami, and then he was out of the league and doing some stuff for different networks and doing all kinds of social media stuff. And I then went on to Arizona, and we just didn't have a chance to connect. We had talked when we were in whatever towns the Super Bowl was in, and just couldn't connect. And finally got a chance to connect in my backyard when he came rolling up in a motorhome in Idaho looking for some bison. So it was good to see him and reconnect and like I said, watch the Bengals play.
All right,
and win.
Let's go hit the way back machine a little bit before we get to the present day. Then, when was the first time you met Chad? What was the first conversation you ever had with Ochocinco? Do you remember that, Carson Palmer?
Yeah. I was drafted by the Bengals, flew from the draft in New York City to Cincinnati, and he showed up. I rolled in the locker room with the suit on and, cameras around and media, and he was in his locker waiting for me, came up to me, gave me a big hug, and then went right into the press conference with me and sat in the back of the room and, welcomed me with open arms back in 2003.
Wow. That's how long. And then what was he like in the huddle? You got a good story playing with him? Whenever he was doing the whole business of burying signs in the snow and putting with pylons and things like that after scoring touchdowns?
In the huddle, he was annoying. He was always telling me how open he was. Come to me this play and come to me this play, and I'd go back and watch the film, and he was double and triple covered. But that was his MO. He was never covered. Nobody could cover him. And once you get to know a guy like Chad and that kind of personality, you take each time he says, "I'm wide open," with a grain of salt, and make sure that when you do go to him with the ball that it is a one-on-one situation or he is open. But that was just the love of the game, love of life Chad had. He was so much fun to play with, and he was a great guy to have in the locker room. He always brought some levity to the practice field when you were tired or you'd lost the week before. He always made it fun.
Well, and the neat thing too, Carson, is I know you personally away from this phone call and this microphone, and know that you are in your home. You're a dad first, so but your kids do know what who you are and what you did, but it's not you. How did you explain to them who's coming over to the house, Carson? How about that?
Yeah, Chad and I's professional relationship was before any of my kids were really born. And so I've got a little 4-year-old named Carter running around the house. I don't even think he knows really what football is, or definitely doesn't know that I played football.
Right.
But Chad came in the house. He was, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. He shows up and he's smoking a cigar in the house. And my 4-year-old kind of just walked in the room and is just staring at him going, "Who is this guy? What is that thing in his mouth? And why is he in a house with it?" I'm like, "Chad, man, get out of the house with the cigar. You can't do that. I got kids around." He went outside. And my 4-year-old's just a chatterbox, so he just followed Chad around and was asking him about his tattoos. And Chad was showing him, Chad's got a whole leg of orca tattoos, an entire leg, kneecap down. And my son Carter was kind of just thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
But he's got Shamu on his leg, so it was a lot of fun for all of us. And Chad's a big kid, so he treats all the kids, great, and it was just fun to be around him.
Yeah, it sounds like a movie. It sounds like a movie. It sounds like here comes Chad, like Uncle Buck walking in. That's exactly what it sounds like. Uncle Chad walking in. Sounds like a John Hughes movie busted out, as opposed to NFL The Grind on Epix, which you can see tonight at 9 Eastern Time. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.